to be able, in essence, say, I am happy to be helpful where I can be valuable to you, and it makes sense that I am the uniquely qualified person to be so.
Yeah.
CEO level advice, maybe fundraising advice, things like that. What I can't be is a day-to-day source of outsourced labor, right? I can't, only because you use that one example.
I'm not going to be your psychologist. I'm not going to be your CEO coach. I'm not
Well,
going
actually, there's pieces of that.
Pieces of that, is there
Because,
really?
well, think about it, like when you and I would meet, and this wasn't just you and I, this was with many of my founders, a lot of time the questions I got from them were more around what I would generally call personal development in the CEO role. And it wasn't that I was a CEO coach, it was more, they would say, hey, you've been a CEO for a long time, you took a company public, this is something I'm struggling with. I've had the conversation.
That's different to a regular once a week.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that.
Which is what I want to avoid. I want to be helpful. I guess I just need to figure out the artificial constraints. And also it's pretty difficult to, when I was running my company and probably when you were running yours too, your company was your life and your life was your company. And it was very hard to sympathize with people when they say, sorry, I've got to respect my family time. I've got to respect my personal time. And you're like, are you kidding me? I'm doing everything I can to grow my company and you're giving me this whole family spiel. But it is important for me to have a lifestyle because I've worked very hard to get there. But I somehow don't think that's going to resonate with a hungry entrepreneur who, wants my time. And I want to protect it because I want to go to the gym.
Yeah, I get that. I don't have a perfect answer for you by any means. I don't know if I have a very good one. One of the things I learned was I'm willing to do an outrageous amount for my entrepreneurs if they need it and it's justified. So the most extreme example was I had a founder that was raising around, just use this as an example of when sometimes you do destroy your life for your founders, and I think it's the right thing to do. They were having, now I was on the board, so that's a different level. They were going to do a big announcement on their round. They were in the mobile space, and I said, have you thought about Mobile World Congress? And they said, we don't really know much about it. And I said, well, it's the biggest mobile conference in the world, and it's happening next week. And they said, well, if we could be on stage, we'd go. It's like, all right, let me get to work. So I spent the next 2 days solid, leveraging everybody I had ever met that could possibly help, and all of them said the same thing. You're an idiot. It's never going to happen. This thing was planned a year ahead. There are no slots. Don't bother to waste your time. And even if you can, don't bother to go. So on hour 47 of this 48-hour journey, I get a connection that actually says, I have a place for you. I can put you on stage in a startup competition. And I'm so excited. It's perfect. So I go back to the founder and I'm like, I did it. I got us the slot. And he said, oh, that's great. You could help with that, right? I was like, sure. If there's some way I can help, I'd be happy to. You could go to Barcelona. I was like, wait, what? I'm not the guy running this company. I'm not one of the 4 founders. And he said, well, we've got all these things with the fundraising and we really can't go, but it seems like a great opportunity. Would you go for us? And so I thought about it and my answer was yes. Now, in order for that answer to be yes, I had to wipe out a week's worth of appointments, figure out how to get to Barcelona a couple of days before the biggest trade show that exists there, find a place to stay. I had to beg a room from a friend. I slept on somebody's couch. I had to pitch their business. It was sort of like 17-hour work days, 15-hour work days, 12-hour work days. By the way, I pitched and won the competition.
Good, excellent.
So we got a lot of media. So it was well worth it. My point is, in that instance, it felt like it was needed and it was the right thing to do.
And then you were